Don't put other words in my mouth.
The Natural Resources Committee of Parliament has started scrutinizing the Petroleum Supply Amendment Bill 2023. Officials from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development who are sponsoring the bill appeared before the committee. A presentation by the ministry shows that the government will solely source petroleum products from Vitol, which has a direct access to the refinery. Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, shall in turn monopolize the supply of the petroleum products locally. MPs were critical about the double monopolization by UNOC and Vitol. First, they questioned why the government did not go for open bidding.
Attorney General, Uganda has a policy called liberalization and privatization, and the government pulled out of business for some known reasons. So now, you have decided to deal with some persons like Shell.
We have had challenges with monopolies, and they are glaring. And so the question comes, what is there to cure all of this? And this is what is bothering every member.
And really congratulate ourselves on how well we have done with liberalization, if we think so, or we can really rethink our position and go back and say certain things should never have been privatized. Because we privatize the railway, where are we?
The lawmakers argue that by opting for Vitol as a monopoly, it could potentially keep the prices high, failing the government target to eliminate middlemen from the supply chain of all petroleum products.
As long as Vitol is there, and then UNOC is getting from Vitol, tell me how I will go and get cheaper fuel from the petrol station. It's already controlled by Vitol, the price.
Vitol Incorporated agreed to pay a combined total criminal penalty of $135 million to resolve bribery charges with law enforcement authorities in the United States and Brazil.
Attorney General Chiwanuka told MPs that the amendment to the Petroleum Supply Act is deliberately intended to create a monopoly. Concerns about the venture became even serious when it was divulged that there is an agreement signed between the government and Vitol. Chiwanuka said the signing of the agreement before the enactment of the law was to avert disruption of supply caused by the monopolization before establishing the means for UNOC to go about the business.
Once you sign the contract and create the monopoly, you can create a shortage. So you go out and negotiate the terms, create conditions precedent, meaning that if that doesn't happen, I fall back to where I was. So what comes first? The business in this case dictates that the agreement should be in place before I tinker with the law.
What he's saying is that we can have contracts when there is no law, instead of having a law to guide the contract.
Is it in order for the member to place other words in my mouth?
Chiwanuka told the MPs that the government is cut off from dealing direct with the refineries overseas by financial constraints. Prior to the arrival of Chiwanuka, there were heated exchanges as MPs rejected a request by Energy Minister Nankabirwa to order journalists out of the committee hearings because the agreement between the government and Vitol is confidential and sensitive.
Chair.
Let's have the cameras out. For the time being.
Chair, we have not seen the agreement.
I don't know why we want to do this on camera. We are discussing business.
While you submitted on camera, indeed you submitted on camera, why don't you ask to examine your paper on camera?
Fears were raised on how then the government would safeguard itself in case the agreement turns out to be bad, with the digital number plate project being a case in point. Jackson Onyango, NTV at Parliament.
Respond to that issue first, because it will give us